welcome to my off-the-cuff review of a Mark II Focus 2011. So it's a late plate, Mark II Focus MR375 from Mountune. This was the top of the range previously, but they've, in terms of tuning, but they've recently introduced an MR420. So this is second in line now, but still awesome. I believe they've converted about 400 cars so far. I love working with Mountune, and it does feel like a partnership because they involve you so much. They're a very friendly company, they're very knowledgeable. Their attachment with Ford stretches back decades for racing, engine design, tuning and road cars. They also take care of some of the Ford Heritage vehicles. A fantastic company, and I would argue one of the best tuning houses, if not the best tuning house for Fords there is, period. So I ended up with this via, my route started with a Mark II ST, which I took to 260 again with Mountune, and then I bought an RS Mark I. It was base spec, but I've since added Bluetooth and reverse park sensors and so on, and of course now MR375. The journey was kick-started by joining the Focus RS Owners Club. I was advised to put some footwell lights in, which I did. Then I changed the colour of the RS and Ford logos on the outside, and before you know it, I'd booked in and I was with Mountune for the MK350, which basically turns the car into a Mark II RS 500, which in all honesty is a fast car, totally capable, and is really all you need. And many people believe that that spec is how the 301 standard car should have left the factory. But if you're like me and it's more, then I had to go MR375. MR375 is a package that consists of a new Mountune spec Pro Alloy intercooler, 3-inch sports Mountune exhaust, again designed to their spec by Mountune, a plenum, a recirculation valve, a new recirc valve, a new air box, and I've got a new air filter, some non-loosening bolts for the exhaust, what else, and of course the ECU tweaked quite considerably, and the infamous Mountune racing badge and Mountune badge for the boot if you want to apply it, which themselves think can fetch stupid money on the internet, and many fakes. So just because a car carries the Mountune logo doesn't mean it is Mountune, but you can ring up their headquarters and they will confirm or deny, and there's an awful lot that are fake. Anyway, what's the difference between this and standard? In traffic, it's a little more difficult to drive smoothly. The throttle response, possibly the spottle response as well. The throttle response is immediate and immense, so it's quite difficult to drive very smoothly. The sound of the car is bass heavy now, with a fantastic put kind of offbeat warble when you're at idle, but when you put your foot down, if you use the gears properly, this car hurtles towards the horizon. It's limited in first and second gear to enable you to get traction and not to damage the drivetrain. So really the most impressive figures are the in-gear time, where this car just surges forward and rearranges your internal organs. It really is rapid, really quick, and it sounds fantastic. It's got a kind of dirty guttural roar to it. It's really addictive, and sometimes you just want to blip the throttle just to hear it. So we're coming down a slip road now, and staying within legal limits. See if you can hear this. Absolutely immense. Under going a bit slow, and it pops and bangs like a good one. Absolutely fantastic. It's addictive. Would I recommend it? Yeah. The RS, as it comes out of the factory, is fantastic. It's an incredible car, and anyone who says, oh, you know, you could do the same to an ST, well, the RS has that little extra. It's got better grip, it's got better handling. I've driven both of them very extensively, and this also has charisma that the ST lacks. This has the visual clout of a Lamborghini, I guess, and every single day, and I'm not exaggerating, every single day someone somewhere says something nice about this car, or comes over to me to talk about it. Now, that may not matter to you. This car isn't for shrinking violence, but the new Mark III, which is going to be another fantastic car, is much more toned down, and possibly will suit a wider audience than the RS, which was available in an unbelievable ultra green, performance blue, which I think is the fastest colour and the most subtle, and white, which is for people who can't afford a top coat. But all three of those colours are absolutely fantastic, especially when clean and recently detailed and polished. So, should you buy it? Yes, I would say yes. It is expensive, but Mountune are quality. They do over-engineer, I understand that, but they make sure that the car always performs safely, well within its design limits. So there are alternatives, but for me this is the one. That yellow badge, the custard club as we call it, has its own fan base and a fanatical following, just like the RS. Anyway, I hope some of this made sense, and I'm just an amateur, so if you do make comments, don't be too harsh. It's a car that I like, and I know that other people may not enjoy them as I do. But see you soon.